A new true crime series, Somebody Knows Something, shines a light on unsolved missing persons cases. It premieres tonight on Freeform with next day streaming on Hulu, and the second episode has a Colorado connection. I spoke with Kara Robinson Chamberlain, true crime influencer, kidnapping survivor, and host of Somebody Knows Something. Take a look.
Can you start by sharing your story with our viewers?
Absolutely. In 2002, I was 15 years old and I was kidnapped at gunpoint from my best friend's front yard by a man I later found out to be a serial killer. He took me to his apartment where I was for 18 hours until I escaped. I was sexually assaulted while I was there and found out while he was on the run that there was a potential that he was responsible for more. And eventually he took his own life, and he was linked to at least 3 homicides in the Virginia area.
So, how did this experience shape your life and change your life?
Well, I think the thing that most people wouldn't expect is that it didn't shape my life in the way we generally hear about. And even that shaped my life. So I formed relationships through law enforcement through my experience and went to work in law enforcement. I actually began working at the same law enforcement agency that investigated my case the next summer in an administrative capacity, and did that for many years until I became a sworn law enforcement officer and eventually an investigator for sexual assault and child abuse cases and a victim's advocate.
Okay. Why is this series so personal to you?
This series is so personal because it has always been my intention and my hope that I can tell stories with a purpose. My story has been repurposed, it's been shared so many times, and I have understood through that process that when someone else is sharing your story, it can be very tricky. It's led myself and a group of other survivors to come up with some ethicality standards, so to speak. And one of those big standards in producing ethical content is to do so both with the participation of the people whose stories are being told and with a very strong call to action, which this show definitely has. It has a very strong call to action, an ability to impact change.
And in the second episode, there is a Colorado teen who is featured who disappeared. So, can you tell us more about this particular episode?
Yes, in the second episode, we talk about the case of Lashea Stein. She disappeared in Aurora, Colorado in 2016. She was assumed to be a runaway, so there's a little bit of a delay in the full investigation, but eventually law enforcement was able to locate some video footage of her walking around 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning. And that was the last time that she was seen. And her family has shared pleas over the years that somebody out there knows something about what happened to Lashea. And now we have a little bit of new information that we're hoping to get out to the public with the hopes that we can get some answers for this family.
Now, why do you think true crime continues to resonate with so many people?
I think that most people that are really watching true crime and feeling like it's interesting to them, they're trying to understand humanity, I think, a lot of the time. How does this happen? How does something bad happen? How do people go bad, so to speak? And so I think that it's very mysterious, and a lot of people, it's their worst nightmare. So they're trying to understand how they can prevent it. I think that a lot of people who have either worked in true crime or experienced violent crime don't tend to consume a lot of it. And so I think that's why it's even especially more important to tell these stories in a way that empowers the people that are listening, that's not just for entertainment, that's for a purpose.
What role would you say that the public and online communities can play in helping to solve cold cases or missing persons cases?
The public has a very, very strong role in every single one of these cases, and that's to really help these families get answers. While you might be watching this, you might be in the Colorado area, near Aurora, and you might think, maybe I know something, maybe it's not important. But I encourage everyone to just report that, even if you don't think it's important. But for everyone else that might be watching, it's important that you share it. Even if you don't know who you do know that might know something about what happened to Lashea or about any of these cases. I think that the internet is such a wide place, and everyone's related to everyone else by just a few degrees of separation. And so I think in every single one of these cases, especially, the public has a possibility to get answers for these families.
Really wonderful to talk with you. Can't wait to check out this brand new series. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes, of course. It's wonderful to chat with you too.
Somebody Knows Something premieres tonight on Freeform and airs weekly on Mondays, with next day streaming on Hulu. And tune in tonight to see the case of Lashea Stein, the Aurora teen who disappeared in 2016. Let's take a deeper look at what's to come throughout this series.
Every year, more than 600,000 people go missing in the United States. I'm Kara Robinson Chamberlain, and in 2002, I was one of those victims. Now, I'm investigating the cases true crime fans are obsessed with. And I'm getting exclusive access to the people who actually lived these cases. Someone knows something.
This is one of those cases that sticks in my mind.
The ship is searched. There's no trace of him.
He's not coming back.
It broke our family. It's not always simple. This is someone's child.
And I thought I was gonna die from grief.
There are people who don't know what happened to their loved ones. And if I can bring one person answers, then it's worth everything.